Hello, my fellow project managers, PMP exam students. Today, we are going to be talking about making the exam simple because I know a lot of you are making it too complicated. You're doing too much. You're doing crazy stuff that you shouldn't be doing. You're burning the midnight oil, trying to cram definitions, trying to cram ITTOs, and it's not about that. The PMP exam is about problem solving. So listen carefully. I'm going to give you the formula to succeed on the PMP exam. The formula is as follows, okay? I'm going to give you about 3 different formulas for success. Here's the first one. The first formula is all about your preparation. And when it comes to preparation, you got to simplify it. So let's talk about the preparation. The trick is as follows. People, process, business. Very simple. When you're getting ready for the PMP exam, please focus on these 3 overarching pillars. Do not waste time going into the rabbit hole of PMBOK 6 or 7. Instead, understand the mindset for people, the mindset for process, and the mindset for business. Let me distill these even simpler for you. When you talk about the people domain, this is what you're thinking of. It's all about leadership. You need to understand the principles of leadership, the different aspects. Leadership is many things. It's communication effectively, it's effective communication, it's effective active listening, it's conflict resolution, it's the aspect of being a servant as you lead. It's also about empathy, soft skills of every type, diversity and inclusion. All of those things is what the people domain is about. And no amount of cramming can help you because you need to understand what leadership is. It's all about influence. But influence in this world of PMP is not about beating people over the head. It's about empathy, understanding what people are going through and meeting them at the point of their need. Okay? Great. Now, when it comes to process, the overarching thought in process is as follows. Predictive, you got to understand how predictive project management works. You got to understand how Agile works. And you got to understand how hybridization is a thing as well. Okay? Predictive, Agile, hybrid. Let's go into a bit more detail. When we talk about the world of predictive, you need to understand the dynamics of the 5 process groups of initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. Okay, let's make that bigger. 5 process groups. You also need to understand the concept of the knowledge areas of project management. There are 10 knowledge areas. Let's talk about those 10 knowledge areas of project management. And the 10 knowledge areas are as follows. 10 knowledge areas. Let's make this bigger if we can. Make this bigger. So now we're going in on the 10 knowledge areas just to make sure you have a well-rounded understanding, okay? In the knowledge areas, we have integration, scope, schedule, cost, quality, resources, communications, risk, procurement, and stakeholder. You see how I blew this out for you? This is what I call going in depth. So when you are looking at the PMP exam, it is important that you put things in their proper perspective. Leadership, that's the people domain. Process, we got to understand predictive, 5 process groups, 10 knowledge areas. Also in this world of predictive, you got to understand PMI's 12 principles. Again, it's an understanding of what they are, not cramming, but you got to understand what they are. These are in PMBOK Guide 7th edition. Being a good steward, being able to synergize the team, being a good servant leadership, a good servant leader in servant leadership, and so on. All right, so with that said, we're going into the final one in hybrid. And hybrid combines agile and predictive. But to give you a better idea of agile, if I were you, I would spend time understanding the framework of Scrum. Before that, understand the Agile Manifesto, understand Scrum solidly because it's very popular, and understand Kanban. Boom. Agile, Manifesto, Scrum, Kanban. That's it. And then when it comes to hybrid, just understand how to combine agile and predictive. When it comes to the business domain, if I were you, I would associate this with the understanding of value. It's a big concept. The concept of benefits, the concept of outcomes, the concept of the marketplace. These are all things that will help you better understand the business domain. The business domain is all about understanding the current state of the market, what you're looking to do by virtue of expand the business, move from point A along the timeline to point B. How do you do that? By projects. Why use projects? Because projects are vehicles for getting to the intended outcome. We might create output, which gives value and benefits, but overarching idea is we need the outcome to be what the customer is looking for, a better future state. So for your exam, as you have seen on the screen here, my friends, when you are really considering how to distill it, again, it has to be simple as possible. People, process, business. People domain is 14 tasks. Process domain. Let's do that again. People, process domain is 17 tasks. Business domain is 4 tasks. You add them all up and you have 35 things you need to master. If you do one daily in 35 days, you should be solid. We have a book called PMP Exam Immersion that goes through all the 35 tasks. And I've heard from students time and time again, they just say, Phil, this is what we should be doing, nothing else. We don't need all the other books. And it's good to hear that because a lot of people, they waste time, unfortunately, they waste time trying to study stuff that is long gone on the exam. I mean, no one is doing that anymore. It's gone. But you find people still cramming ITTOs. Don't do that. No need to cram. Just understand. Understanding is key. You got to understand the content. And when you understand the content, you find yourself being more empowered to answer questions on the actual test. So just do people, 14 days, process, 17 days, business, 4 days. In 35 days, you'll be done. That would be my recommendation to you. Now, if you're asking, okay, what else should I do as I'm studying here? Let's go to the whiteboard and I'll give you a few more ideas. What I would recommend is to help you navigate your studying. If you really mean business, you can sign up for my training at hpmexam.com. Okay. This is a blended course. We go through several weeks studying as a group, going through people, process, business. That is live. Now, if you feel, okay, Phil, I can't do that, which other solution have you got? I would say go on down to tinyurl.com/elite PMP. We have a course with videos and mock exams and stuff to help you to better master the people, process, business domain. Just make it streamlined and simple. And the final one, if you say, Phil, well, I have absolutely zero budget, I don't know how to do this, I don't know what I'm going to do, then I would recommend you go to pmp.pmradio.org. And you can watch my free videos. I have many free videos up here. You can also go to my podcast, study.pmradio.org. For a very long time now, going on 4 years, I have taught people, process, business, and I have a number of vehicles that help you get to a better understanding of that. Okay, so I hope this gave you some guidance. Hope it gave you some ideas. I look forward to hearing from you and knowing how well you did on the exam, knowing that this simplified it for you. Okay, again, when you're studying, put aside 14 days. Go in for the kill. 14 days, people. 17 days, process. 4 days, business. That's 35, right? You can spend another 25 days doing mock exams. If you end up being on the course, you can do a whole lot of quizzes and you can study the PMP exam immersion book. These are vehicles to get you to dry land. Okay. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you all the very best as you prepare for your exam. Take care and bye for now.